Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Caitlin Paulson. I'm so excited to restart this series. My Where Do I Start series has been my favorite series that I created when I was posting on YouTube. I loved it so much. I got to talk about things, and I feel like people were able to relate to what I was talking about. So I'm very excited to redo this. If you guys like it, I'll start a podcast like on Spotify, but I'll continue doing this. I'll just probably take the audio from the video and put it onto Spotify. In like Apple, whatever, all the podcast platforms. But this is episode 1, and it's why I quit YouTube. Now, if you watched my YouTube videos or you kept up with them, I did not post often at all. So you're probably thinking, like, why does it matter that you quit? Because for me, it's important to get off my chest why I quit. And for maybe you to understand why I did. Sorry if I have a lot of pauses. I don't edit these. I want them to be 100% natural and 100% real. So, and my brain is working slow today, so just keep that in mind. So I've had a YouTube channel since 3rd grade. So it's very normal for me to have a YouTube channel. I got asked sometimes in high school, like, oh, do you find it like weird having one? And I was like, no, I would find it weird not having one, because it's just so normal for me to be filming videos. My parents, like 1 to 8, like documented most of my life on a video camera because they wanted it to be something that we could look back when we were older. Of course, they never went anywhere, like they're just our home videos, but it caused my sister and I to both feel very unnatural not recording our lives or not making videos. So we both started YouTube channel together in 3rd grade. We started a different one in 5th grade, and then in 6th grade I made my own, and then I made this one in 8th grade. So this is my 4th YouTube channel, if I'm correct. And my sister also has a YouTube channel now too. It's very normal for us to do this. But I wanted to explain why I stopped, because now I've given context to why it's weird that I no longer, like, why I stopped posting. So in high school, I felt very ridiculed a lot, and I've reflected on it, I've talked with my friends, and it wasn't only in my head. It happened a lot. I was ridiculed a lot, and it made it very hard for me, and it's, looking back now, it's actually why I stopped posting on YouTube, is because every single time I was like put into the spotlight, you know, like you like start dating a new guy and all of these people are like, oh, I heard you're dating this guy, or say you get into college and people are like, I heard you got into this college, and it's people you don't talk to. Well, that was happening consistently with a consecutive of things. Well, I guess multiple things consecutively. Like, I didn't really get a break from people commenting on decisions I was making. People would bring me up randomly when I wasn't even there, people who like didn't really know me, and it made me feel very uncomfortable. And my YouTube channel has always just been for me to look back on. If you watch it, relate to it, thank you so much. But at the end of the day, I made my my YouTube channel, not to get views, not to get subscribers, to like really just have something to look back on, and know where my head was at a certain point of time, and it was just kind of hard. So it really didn't matter what I was doing. People always had something to say about it. Like I could say I like the color blue, and someone would go be like, Caitlin likes the color blue. Like, wow, what's wrong with her? Something like it could be something as petty as that. Like it was ridiculous, or even to the point where people would make up things I would say just for whatever reason. I don't know why. It really bugged me. I had an issue with it. So I was like the only one in my school for a while, for a little bit, posting on YouTube, and then this person came to our school and they posted on YouTube too. Their YouTube videos were way better than mine, I am willing to admit. And when they came, I don't know, maybe their story's different, but at least from the outside looking in, they were kind of always praised for posting on YouTube. They're like, oh my gosh, people would be like, oh my gosh, I love your videos, I find them so entertaining. While for me, it was kind of like something people would make fun of. Like people not even in my grade would watch my videos and like laugh at them at like random parties. Could not tell you why, but or at least that happened once. But it made me very uncomfortable. I would then have people come up to me during school being like, oh, I heard you post, like, I saw that you posted on YouTube or this. And it wasn't like my friends, it was people who barely talked to me, who I knew like made fun of me, making me just very uncomfortable because I knew it was another thing that they were going to kind of talk about behind my back and like kind of make fun of me. And that made it really hard because high school already was hard, and posting YouTube on top of that just kind of brought me more into the spotlight when I didn't want to exactly be there. Like I said, I made the videos for myself. Like I post them on my Instagram being like, here, like, look, I made a video. If you want to watch it. But like, I don't know. I just, at the end of the day, I wasn't really thinking that people were gonna ridicule me on it, which is my own naive thinking. But it was not easy, and it just felt like another thing. Sorry about the noises. But we'll just wait. Take a breath. Exhale. It just was really hard. On top of it, because it felt like every single time I was put in the spotlight, it was always like in a negative way. You know, like how some people are like put in the spotlight like and like glorified, like kind of when that person would post YouTube videos like, oh my gosh, I saw your YouTube video, I loved it so much, blah 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 blah. It was, oh, I saw you posted on YouTube, while mine was, I saw you posted on YouTube, why didn't you tell me? Oh my gosh, blah 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 blah. And it very like two-faced action was kind of like a little, there was something underneath, you know? And it just really got to me because it, at first, when I first started high school, it felt very like it was happening every once in a while, and then once I got to junior year, it was happening almost all the time, where people kept commenting on stuff I would do, and honestly, I'm gonna put a trigger warning. So, trigger warning if, yeah, because I can't say it without saying, so I'm gonna put a trigger warning. So, a sensitive topic is about to be talked about, so I want that to be known. It felt like no one was going to be happy with whatever I was doing, just as long as I was breathing. Like, I felt like if I was breathing, people were still going to be upset with me, ridicule me, make fun of me, and that was really hard. Because I was just trying to live my life. I wasn't trying to, like, barge into other people's lives. But, yeah, it kind of sucked. And the reason I feel like I should give context on top of this, the reason I know I was definitely, like, kind of the joke in a multitude. I'm just going to give one example because that is really all you need, because it was stuff like this happening all the time. There was a guy, and him and I were flirty with each other for a little bit, and the two people telling me that I should go date him, even though I didn't want to. Sorry to the guy. That's a little mean. He was really nice. I saw him more as a friend. The two people telling me to go date him were telling him that he could date anyone in the school but me, and it was strictly to make a joke out of me, which really sucks. And there were multiple incidents like that, like, don't be friends with her because of this, and blah, 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 no matter what. So it was kind of, people would make stuff up about me, people would make assumptions without knowing me, and it would, like, it just wasn't easy, fun, anything like that. Made it very hard. I then moved to a different high school for my senior year, luckily, because I actually don't think I could have done senior year at my first high school. So I went to senior year, my second high school, and I really tried to stay out of the spotlight as much as possible. I was like, this is the last thing I want. I don't want it, because in the past, every single time it's happened, like, I don't want to catch any attention. I just want to do this year and go to college and, like, put high school behind me. And I thought I was doing that. And I was wrong, because I was posting on YouTube and I got accepted into Northeastern, where, like, a bunch of kids had applied from a multitude of friend groups. So basically everyone in my senior class, even though I didn't really know them, they knew me, or knew me online, knew me because I had gotten into Northeastern, yada, yada, yada. I didn't find out until my prom, when I was name dropped, how many people knew who I was. And it kind of brought back a lot of sore memories, and I was like, I hate this, because I don't really know anyone, and I didn't think people were talking about me, but apparently they were, and that really messed with me. I still kept posting. I didn't think really anything of it. I even released music, and the good thing about music is on Spotify, people can't comment. If, like, people can't exactly ridicule me there, because there's no comment section. So it felt like I could just, like, post my music and then like move away, you know? But I don't know. I then continued posting, and then I went to college, and that's when it kind of started happening again. And it wasn't it wasn't as bad as what had happened in high school between freshman and junior year, but it still wasn't great. It was, oh, let's look at her, let's listen to this and like kind of make fun of it, or let's talk about Caitlin here, and or let's watch her YouTube videos and like make fun of it. I don't know. It was this whole thing. I ended up finding out through a friend. And they would kind of just like make fun of me when I wasn't there and they didn't really know me. It made me extremely uncomfortable, and that's kind of when I was like, okay, I'm so done with YouTube, because I feel like that's just adding fire to the flame, you know, like it's another thing it's grabbing it more attention than I want, even though it's literally just for me to have fun. And it was very hard. And so I kind of like put 2 and 2 together, being like, I can't post anymore. Like, I can't do it anymore. I can't have people ridicule me. And I was really afraid that like people from my high school were going to comment on it, because I know that they had commented on it before. Like, I was on a Discord chat for like 24 hours, and I saw that they had commented, like taken a photo of my YouTube channel, watched videos, and started commenting on it and like making fun of me, and it just wasn't a great feeling. I don't like being made to feel like I'm a joke. I'm a real person with real feelings, and my philosophy is, if you wouldn't want that person knowing what you said, even if you didn't say it to their face, you shouldn't say it, because those things tend to get back to the original person. So like, if I were to say something about someone, which rarely happens, because I think we're all unique, and just because someone's not my cup of tea doesn't mean like I should be ridiculing them in any way, like so on. But say I did say something like, oh, I don't really like that person, like I don't think we get along, or I don't know, this person does this and I don't know how I feel, like I wouldn't say those things without being comfortable saying it to their face. And I usually like will make a point of that. Like, I'm not going to I talk to my friends about this all the time. I'm like, I wouldn't say anything I wouldn't say to someone's face. But I don't know. It just wasn't easy. So I decided to take a break from YouTube due to that, because I just wanted to go on with my year, and I knew that if my mental health got bad again, I had no family near me, because I was in England, my family was in Singapore. There was no one near me, so if my mental health got bad, my parents couldn't really be there for me. So I was like, I can't risk it. And like, the more I've talked about it with my friends, it like was definitely sometimes an obsession with me. And I wouldn't even say that that's what I've been told. But like, this person who I had blocked almost on every platform because they kept making fun of me, kept ridiculing me, who I had called a friend at one point, continued to stalk me in a way. This person found my TikTok. I thought I blocked this person, and halfway through my first year of college, I see that they have viewed my profile, and knowing this person, they definitely looked through all of my videos that they could, and probably took photos, sent it to people. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't want to know. And it just added more fuel to the fire. Like, I can't do this. I don't want this anymore. Like, it brought up so many bad memories. I had so many panic attacks. Like, if you knew me in high school, like, people would always joke, like, oh, I pulled a Caitlin. I didn't come to school today on a test day. When, like, a lot of the reason why I wasn't coming to school was because people made me feel so bad. I would have so many panic attacks at school. I couldn't even bring myself. The amount of days I skipped school is actually unbelievable, to the point where my mom and the dean of students were kind of messaging each other, and my mom was like, she cannot bring herself to go to school. Like, she feels so hurt. She's having panic attacks, yada yada. She was just trying to explain the situation and explaining how badly other people were affecting me. And it made me just absolutely miserable. So that's kind of why I took a break from YouTube. I needed to just live my life without someone commenting on it, or me knowing that someone's commenting on it, because it brings back, even now, so many bad memories. But I decided to come back because I'm trying to not let what other people say and other people's actions affect me. And I even talked about it with my therapist, but it really didn't click until this year, how when people would put me in the spotlight made me feel. But yeah, and I wanted to also explain, so that's why I quit, because I just couldn't deal with it anymore. And as I said, I came back now because I think like I said, these videos are for me, and I'm not going to let other people stop me from doing something that I love. And I love making videos, and I love especially this series because I think a lot of people can relate to feeling isolated and not having a good high school experience and feeling ridiculed and feeling like an outcast. I think those are very relatable things, and I think they need to be talked about more. Because we talk about bullying, but I don't think we talk enough about how that can actually affect people in the long term, once they even get out of that situation. And then as to why I deleted all of my YouTube videos that I originally had, because I wanted to explain that too. I deleted them partially because they were very cringy to watch, but partially because I knew my mental health at that time in my life, and it was very hard to look back on. I knew how people made me feel, and I also put on a YouTube persona because I thought if I wasn't myself, then people wouldn't have be able to comment on it or really attribute it to who I was, trying to make a second persona so I wasn't worried. Making a second persona so people didn't have something to comment on, which did not work. And also during that time, people made me feel bad about who I was as a person, and so I thought me as a person wasn't good enough. And I've now learned that that's not true, and I tend to hold myself to a high standard, especially being who I am, because I was ridiculed for so long about who I was. I make sure that I'm myself around every single person I meet, just so it's like, hey, you get what you get. Like, this is me from the get-go. I'm not going to hide a little part of me and then you then find out later, you know? I'm very me, straightforward now, but back then I wasn't. I just was super insecure because other people made me feel bad about who I was. So in my videos back then, I wasn't even really myself. So I wanted to completely have a brand new start where I was able to make videos that I was proud of and that I'm able to look back on, that people hopefully are able to relate to, learn something. I don't know. If you enjoy them, thank you so much. It means a lot to me, because in a way it makes me feel like we would be friends. But I don't know. It's all very messy. Like the reasons why I quit and the reasons why I took away my videos, there's just so much. And yeah, due to people's ridicule is basically the main reason to why I quit YouTube and why I deleted my videos and why I decided to restart, because I want to do it for me. I want to be myself and I want to be proud of the videos that I look back on. I just kind of repeated everything I said, but I feel like I did it in a well structured manner. But yeah, that's basically the video for Where Do I Start? And thank you so much for listening. If you've made it this far, it means a lot to me. I might have been spaced out during part of it. Talking about bad memories sometimes causes me to zone out. But thank you so much if you've made it this far, and I'm very happy to be back, because these videos, just making videos just brings me a lot of joy. So yeah, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.